Let's make your open house way more successful. So this is for sellers and agents. And I'm going to tell you something before I start. I use this all the time. And I sold, I think it was 6 or 7 houses in a row from one open house. And it always works, but it's not always instant gratification. And that's the point of open houses. So first and foremost, when you go to a listing and you're thinking about selling, you have to say to yourself, how many days can I get this open house to, or the seller to allow me to do open house? If it's vacant, that's even better because now you can do it whenever you want. Because what you want to do is you want to be able to, first and foremost, put this on Zillow and everywhere else because it helps push your house in front of more people. Because more people will engage with something when it comes to open houses. And sometimes, and I say this a lot sometimes, people will actually not go on Zillow and say, I want more information, but instead just go straight to the open house, which saves you the headache of somebody clicking on it and then getting their information sold off to another agent and you lost that person to begin with. So first and foremost, it's super important with the marketing so people can see it. Number 2, you're going to do these open houses for 6 hours minimum. I was going to say 5, but let's try to do 6. 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., whatever the case may be. This is the number one reason why. Multiple times I've had buyers come to my open house and they're either saying, I have other stuff to do, so I kind of rush to get over here. And I say, that's okay. I'll be here till 4, 5, 6 o'clock. And they say, oh, really? Yeah. So instead of them rushing in and rushing out, they can rush in, see it, and then come back again. And a lot of times they'll bring their parents or vice versa or friends or whatnot. I had one perfect example. Somebody came in one day and they were literally covered in dirt. And the guy's like, hey, I'm sorry. I've been working on my house. I've been back and forth to Home Depot. So I figured I'd just stop here and take a look at it before I go back home. Do you mind? I said, yeah, come on in. He's like, this is cool. This is cool. Again, this was a renter. And I said, he's like, oh, I'd love to bring my wife back here, but we got, dinner plans and everything else. I said, look, I'm going to be here till 5 p.m. And he's like, really? This is like 11 a.m. or something. He's like, really? He came back. They were all dressed up, ready to go out to dinner with his wife. They stayed there for a half hour. They ended up buying the house, right? And he even said after the closing, like, I had no intention of buying a home, right? But because I got to look at it and then come back again, and then we went out to dinner, and me and my wife really talked about it, and we said, that's a beautiful house. Let's do it. When you're doing an open house, you're giving people the chance to come in and take a look at something and not feel rushed, to walk around, to look at everything and know that they come back. But here's the other thing I want to tell you. You have every opportunity to negotiate and tell them everything they need to hear because you're there, right? One of the biggest things about open houses, and this is why builders are hugely successful, because when there's a showing at your house on a normal day, there's an agent representing those buyers. And that agent knows shit about that house. And they might ask you questions, but they don't know nothing. And I can tell you right now, 90% of buyers agents will not negotiate their commissions or anything else to help their buyers at that point. I'm telling you, and I don't care if people call me out. Hear what I'm saying here. How many times has someone walked into a house and said, oh, you don't like the paint? Well, I can pay for your painting. I do it all the time. And that's why I love open houses. Here's why. If I'm talking to the seller and I go, look, I'm going to be able to negotiate this. But if I have to, and I have to pay for something to make them buy this house, I'm going to do it. So watch me out here. Perfect example. People come in the house. Now the greatest part about this is that when there's 4 or 5 couples and they're all listening to what I'm saying, this one person, I'm killing 5 birds with one stone. I said, how you guys doing? Welcome to this house. Beautiful 5-bedroom, 4-bath, $400,000 house. Hey, I got great news. Seller's offering closing costs, blah, blah, blah. Now, here's where it gets great. So just so you guys know, for some reason, if you guys don't like the color of this, we're going to paint it for you. Or if you don't like this, we're going to do this for you. Now, I already talked to the seller to tell them that we're going to say this because, hey, if somebody comes in at full price, I'm going to do whatever. I didn't say, hey, we're going to do this and lower the price, right? So I'm telling these buyers stuff, right? Now, I'm listening. What do you love about this house? What don't you love about this house? I had a person literally say, oh, yeah, I like the house, but I don't know. I don't really like this fridge or whatever. And I said, if they put in a new fridge, would you buy the house? I'll make sure it's done. really? I said, yeah, now I'm saying that for myself because my seller didn't allow me to say that. But let me tell you something. If I have to pay $500, $600, $700, $800 to put a fridge in there to secure the deal for my seller, who cares? Who cares? That's exactly what a stock market is. And this is where agents have no clue about investing money. If you put in $1,000 in the stock market, people are hoping to get 20% return, 30% return, which would be insane if you got 30% return, right? But if I'm investing $600 of my own money to get back X amount of dollars in commission, that's unheard of, right? But that's what you're supposed to do when you represent somebody. You're representing a seller. Your job is to get them the best deal possible. So what? I'm charging them a commission to help them sell their home. I can take some of that commission and reinvest it to get the house sold. What do I care for? And this is why open houses work if you do them right. Same thing with the builders. Hey, we can give you this. We can give you that. We'll give you this. They're there to make the deal work right there, right? So am I. So when people walk in and they're like, I don't like this and I don't like that, I calculated in my head, I don't know if the seller can afford to do it. I can afford to do it. Would you buy the house? And do you know how many times I've done it and it worked? I've had people literally be like, no, I wouldn't buy it unless X, Y, Z. And I was like, all right, if we could put it together, would you buy it? And then now they're taking it seriously. And now they're walking around the house. And they're like, really? Yeah. What do I care for? If I have to secure the deal by spending money. And this is what agents should be doing. This is what sellers need to be doing as well. This is why open houses work. Now, is it going to work every time? Of course not. It's not instant gratification like a builder's open 7 days a week. They might not have people going in every single day. But the problem we have with open houses is agents are like, I did an open house for 2 hours and no one showed up. No one showed up. Oh, stop. Do it all the time longer. And the last thing, besides all the marketing, and yes, you should have signs everywhere. You should have balloons. It's marketing. It's creative marketing. It's grabbing your attention. This is why people have certain logos and colors. And it's so funny when it comes to real estate and people are like, balloons don't work. And this, yes, it does. Everything works. This is what marketing is all about. If you're selling a house, you're not a real estate agent. You're a marketing agent. If you don't understand how marketing works, you shouldn't be selling homes, right? You should be telling all the neighbors that you have an open house. Do you know I've had music, DJs, food. I did a 12-hour open house from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. for like this $2.5 million house that we were trying to sell for this person that was kind of in this weird situation. And people were coming from West Palm Beach. They were coming from Port St. Lucie. They could not believe that we were doing this 12-hour open house. And it was over the top. People remember this stuff. You need to be creative and over. I don't care if the house is $100,000. You have to be over the top. Give this person a reason to buy this house or the experience to remember the house. I'm sweating over here because I didn't put the AC on. And I'm so passionate about what I do. I hope you like these videos because I'm going to be doing more in your face videos.